What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hugo Smokes. I'm your host, Hugo, and today I'm going to be smoking and reviewing the Ernesto Perez Carrillo Endure in a 5x50 Robusto format. And this cigar here consists of an Meerapel Cameroon wrapper over Nicaragua binder and fillers. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen reviews on this cigar already and know what it's all about, but let me just tell you a quick little background on it. So it's got the world famous Meerapel Cameroon wrapper, which is exclusive to Africa, and it is grown by actually the Meerapel family, and they've been doing so since 1610. So it's quite a big deal here in the cigar world because, as you know, Meerapel cigars are very sought after, high quality tobaccos. I personally haven't smoked a Meerapel yet, which is kind of a good thing because I can go in open-minded on this cigar. But I do have one that I'm going to be smoking at a later date. So, having said that, let's go ahead and take a look at this nice, I would say like light brown color wrapper. So, you know, typical of Ernesto Perez Carrillo to have the big ornate bands. It's got a big foot band, which we're going to slide off right now. And it should just come off like that, so you can enjoy the rest of the cigar wrapper. And then your typical Ernesto Perez Carrillo band. In this case, it's orange. The cap, a little bit sloppy. Very typical cigar cap on EP Carrillo cigars. And it's a little, I guess, soft box press. And the aromas off of the wrapper are very earthy, light leather, not much. Let me go ahead and cut it up and test the draw. Should be pretty open because EPC typically has pretty nice draw on their cigars. Yep, just as I expected, and very damp and earthy notes off of the cold draw. Alright, I'm gonna light this up, start it up, go into the first third, and I'll be back for my first update. Welcome back. I am at the end of the first third of this EPC Endure. As you can see, construction is pretty good on this cigar. Nice, even burn line, a little bit angled, but that's fine. The ashes fell before this take. Not trying to hold on to the ash anymore because it usually falls on my lap, but that's fine. So the room note on this cigar is kind of normal, I would say, but it's very floral and grassy. So a little bit of a characteristic there. But on the palate, the main note is a cumin black pepper spice that's stinging all over the tongue, in the back of the mouth, even apparent on the long finish. Also getting a floral perfumey bouquet on the palate as well. As a secondary note, secondary as well is a grainy wheat note that's a little bit drying out the palate, and the draw is very open on this cigar, so lots of smoke on this cigar for sure. On the retrohale, it's a black pepper sting. On the scale of 10, it's about 7 to 8 clicks, so it's pretty up there. And it's got a huge floral bouquet note as a secondary note. It's very perfumey in nature, so like cologne or gross perfume, something like that. And then on the very long finish, it's got like a dry earth and a very minimal underlying sweetness on the retrohale as well. It's almost like a burnt molasses type of sweetness. So I wish it was a little bit more primary, but we'll see how the cigar develops. Let me keep smoking it down past the second third into the secondary band, and I'll be back for my next update. Welcome back. I am at the end of the second third of this Endure. Check out the construction on this thing, just money, and the burn line is nice and kind of even. But I'm gonna slide this band right off and ash it before it falls on me. Actually, I'm not gonna ash it, I'm gonna leave it like that. But here in the second third, on the palate, continuation of a cumin spice on the palate, and now it's like a burnt floral spice that's dominating with that cumin spice. some smoked mesquite wood on the palate as well, and the spice is still stinging on the tongue, in the back of the tongue as well, and still getting that dry, girthy, gritty, dry earth on the palate as well. So on the retrohale, black pepper continues to be the main note, and it's decreased just a tad, like 6 to 7 clicks out of 10, still up there. Floral bouquet as well, dry earth, secondary tone, smoky mesquite as a secondary tone as well. And on the very long finish, it's also like a semi-sweet caramel smoky note that's charred on the very long finish, just barely apparent. So I'm digging that one. I wish it was a little bit more pronounced, but it's not. Overall, the cigar is full body, full strength, full everything. Typical of EPC Carrillo, right? He usually does pretty bold, spicy cigars. I call these cigars like retro style profiles, like old school, legacy, you know, for the more mature palate, if you may. So yeah, but I'm actually enjoying this cigar. I'm not mad at it. You know, again, I tend to smoke more medium plus cigars, but having a full body cigar once in a while that's got nice complexity to it is okay. So let me keep smoking this cigar down as far as I can. Probably gonna nub this one, and I'll be back for my final update and closing thoughts on this indoor. Welcome back. I am at the end of this indoor. As you can see, I nubbed this bad boy. Mostly because it's very easy to smoke open draw the whole way. The smoke on this cigar was very syrupy to start with, abundant smoke. Here at the end, it was a little bit arid and characteristic, but as far as the flavor profile, the main nuance throughout the whole cigar was a cumin pepper spice here to the end as well. Earth that's drying out the palate a little bit, and there's just a little bit of that floral bouquet lingering here at the last third. On the retrohale, getting a very floral bouquet here at the end, which was the dominating note. White pepper spice that's a little bit stinging on the sinus, medium minus, I would say 4 to 5 clicks out of 10, and still getting a little bit of a mesquite smoky woodiness on the retrohale. So overall, I did enjoy the cigar. For being a Meerapel wrapper, which is Cameroon, I would expect to guess a little bit more of a sweet profile, but since it's got these Nicaraguan binders and fillers, those dominated for sure on this cigar. The smoking time is 1 hour and 10 minutes. Price is about $18, and I've seen some places where they're, I think, like 10 to 15% off. So about $16.20 you can get one. So my take on this cigar is going to be a 5-pack. Definitely a cigar that I wouldn't mind smoking here and there in the afternoon or after a meal. Not a cigar that I would just, like, you know, pick out for a daily smoke, to be honest with you. Just a periodic, occasional cigar. So yeah, that's my take on this new EPC Endure. If you've had the chance to smoke the cigar before, let me know your thoughts on it. As always, don't forget to follow the Smoking Society podcast. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.